to another Trainton World 4 video. Yes, you do see Avanti West Coast in front of you. They are licensed in the game, but they just don't have a route at the moment. But I've been on the Creators Club, had a little look around, see what I could see, and there was an Avanti West Coast livery. So it's obviously based off the 805, which only actually got revealed a couple of weeks ago, I think. And yeah, well, here's a recreation of it on the 801. I mean, there's not really much of a difference between IETs, is it? So, looks pretty good. Right, let's get this all set up. We're going down to Grantham, so we've got a bit of a way to go. Is that gonna? Yeah, that's registering. Let's get the safety systems on. There we go. Yeah, all of that good stuff. Cool. Turn up my audio a little bit. Hopefully you can hear the game alright. We are good to go. So let's get the doors shut. What on earth's going on there? London King West Riding Limited. Is that supposed to be like the name of the train or something? Sounds like it. Sort of Yorkshire West Riding. I know there's East Riding, isn't there? Let's turn off all of that. I did one of the training things yesterday to get one of the trophies, but we can get that off now. We don't need it on. Right. Let's go. Yes, Grantham is the next stop, so we've got quite a way until the next stop, and we'll probably be quite underpowered as well, unless they've updated it. Because it looks like we're 10 coaches, so it's a bit weird because we've got LNER at the back. LNER, if you're watching, I apologise. We put you with Avanti. Probably doing you a bit dirty there, but yeah, very underpowered, the 10 coach set. So hopefully that's been sorted. Unless maybe it is realistic, maybe they are a little bit underpowered. So I remember when we, I think the first stream we did, we had a 10 coach, and it would hardly get above 100 miles an hour. It would struggle to get up to 100 miles an hour. Let's do a rolling brake test. Yep. They seem to be working all well. That's why I prefer doing the 9 coach ones, but I think the Avanti sets will be 5 coaches. Not as nice as the Pendos, even the Voyagers. But yeah, times are changing. Plastic is becoming the norm. The plague of IETs going everywhere on the network. Give it a few years, there'll probably be a 3rd rail IET. Hopefully not. Right, we're off. Okay, that is actually, it's moving. That's good. We seem to be accelerating at a much more normal speed. So hopefully it will be sort of working now as we make our way out of Doncaster. Cool. So I've installed a lot more stuff now, so you can see the FPS is about 30, which still isn't brilliant. Well, I mean, it's still smoothish, but yeah, it sort of drops down. I suppose all the big yards here which are causing that, which, I mean, you would sort of think they might be like, right, we need to optimise that a bit more just to make it a bit smoother. Once we get out of here, it should be all good. It's just all of these bits here on the left and all loading in. Nice. And that was the 125 board. Yeah, I think they must have sorted that now, because we are not struggling to get to 100, so that's good. Lovely. So yeah, pretty quick. I mean, it was only half hour to get to Grantham, and it's quite a distance. Basically, well, 3/4 of the route. So not too bad at all. I still don't know the way I can see trees like load. So you can see through the trees and they load in. That never used to be an issue, but now it seems to be an issue. Don't get how that's happened or why that's happening. Yeah, this is much better. Oh, we've got a freight train going over the top. Nice. Very nice. There's another IET. Yeah, so Avanti West Coast on the East Coast. Yeah, we're doing just fine now. We're proper speeding along. to 125, and then not too long it comes down to 110. I'm pretty certain there is a warning board, there's just no AWS magnet, so you've really got to be on the lookout. Looking out for it. It's still a bit of a way up there. Until the 110. Yeah, I think there is a warning. There should be a warning board for it. As we absolutely fly down the East Coast Mainline. Top speed. Why are we still getting FPS drops? What's this all about? 16, okay, it's not too bad. So it's just dropping down for not really any odd reason. Which I don't get, like all of the other routes run crisp, smooth. And then this one's like, actually, I'm not going to run that smooth. Even though there's literally nothing going on. It seems to, yeah, suffer from sort of micro stutters. But even like the Avanti Valley, that runs smoothly. And that's got like in the middle of a city. It's a bit weird. Maybe it's the speed we're going at. Right, I'm going to start coming down to 110. It's not far off, and I haven't seen any warning board as of yet. In fact, that is a warning board, I think. No, is it? I thought I saw something, maybe not. Yeah, that 110 does. There's the warning board. But there's no AWS. Well, there is an AWS magnet, but it doesn't set off for that. Neutral section as well. Lovely. So Retford's, well, we're going to be passing through Retford and Newark, Norfolk. I think for Retford it's 120, and then from Newark it's 100 miles an hour because of the flat crossing. Round we go, though. Yeah, there's lots of awesome liveries. I've seen Hall Trains on there, Lumo on there. I think Luma, they've got the 803, haven't they? And then Hall Trains is the 802. Which I reckon quite soon we're going to see a Hall Trains, how do you say it, Northerners? A Hall Trains DLC. Because on the CIS screens, it says Hall Trains. On the CIS screens. Which is a bit like, why would it be showing that if they're not in the game? So I reckon it won't be long we'll see that. If there's like a UK train on the road map, it will be probably the Hull Trains one. Let's get a screenshot. I'm going into photo mode this way, as if you do it on the fly by pressing the 2 analog sticks, the game has a bit of a tantrum and can sometimes crash, which isn't good. Field of view doesn't really seem to work, or depth of field doesn't really seem to work on the PlayStation. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it's like, nah, can't be bothered, not working. Yeah, that'll do. It's a really handy tool though, really handy. I really do like the photo mode. Makes thumbnails so much easier to get, instead of just all being stationary at a signal or at a station. No, it's not in this section. I was thinking there's a 120 limit and a 115, but that's on the next section. But it's good that it's not struggling now, because it used to struggle. Oh, that's got those pants up. Yeah, it used to really struggle to get power, the 10 coach one. But now it doesn't, so good. We're actually going at line speed. So it shouldn't be too far along to Retford. But it said this one's 33 minutes, which, yeah, I suppose it should be. As in, I think 50 minutes, yeah, one end to the other. Which is quite 80 miles in 50 minutes, which is quite good. But I'm still installing all my DLC, so you might see that popping up saying you've installed that, you've installed that. I think there's 70 odd DLC. So yeah, it's slowly downloading them all. Which is slowly adding more layers onto the East Coast Mainline. There's even a West Somerset Railway layer, which gives you the 47, a light loco moving the 47. So lots of cool little things snuck in. Lovely. Along we go, nice and slowly. Yeah, shouldn't be too far to Retford. I think it is coming up quite soon, actually. I think it's when you are doing a stopper, you get approach control, so it just sort of, you just know where Retford is as it just starts slowing you down. And I think this is it coming up now, actually, so it will come down to 120. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, there's the warning board for the 50. Well, when you're going off to the left. So we come down to 120. Can't remember if there is a warning board for the 120. Got a neutral section coming up. Again, I don't know if they are actually functional. I mean, you don't see the line light going off. So I would assume not. This is the quickest station you can go through. Well, I suppose it does have the lines off to the side for the platforms. That's probably why. And the line light doesn't go off. But this is Retford. I think I've only actually sped through it once going on the up line. We go. Yeah. And 120, there's the 120 there. Already going out there, so that's all good. So Newark Northgate next. So on this section there's a 120, then it goes down to 115. Back up to 125. So it's nice and quick. Bit of a corner around here. Look at this coming around here. It's quite a tight corner as well. I mean, for 120, must be quite sort of, well, sort of bank round. Must bank round quite a bit to allow speeds like this. There's the 115 after the corner. Lovely. I don't think it comes down any further. I think we now sort of just stay at 115. Now we'll go back up to 125. A bit further along. Nice morning run. 10:02 in the morning. 10 coaches, absolutely flying along. See, the TMS still hasn't been fixed. It says we're 1 Delta 35. That's wrong. We're 1 Alpha 19. You want to use the GSMR head code as the one to go off. Don't really know how they're completely sort of wrong, but. Yeah. waiting to see the 125 board. Hopefully we haven't passed it already when we were looking at the TMS. No, we'll still be 115. Lovely. Lovely. So yeah, not we're not awfully far to Newark now. So quite a lot of that section is 115. Man, what time did it? It should be about 15 minutes to Grantham. So yeah, it's not far from Newark. So Newark to Grantham, I think that's probably one of the shortest sections. They're not far at all. Getting that back up to 125. Lovely. Yeah, full line speed now, 125. It's just weird to see how if you look on a map of this area, it's just so those big towns. It's so sparsely populated. You know, you got Doncaster. It's literally just Doncaster. It's just the stations on here. There's no other big towns. Just those little villages for the whole 80 miles. It's all just farmland. Continuing along. Tail lights were on the middle unit there. That would be a bit weird if they were. It looked like they were. Oh, that is. So we know when we're coming up to Newark. I think, yeah, you see a little village, and then there's the signal box, and you come round onto a straight, and then that straight is the straight into Newark. Yeah, I think is it this coming up here is like a little industrial lots of stacking coming up. This could be actually, yeah, I think, yeah, no it is, yeah. Got to slow down anyway because we had a double yellow. Can't assume the next signal will be green, although it is green. So we'll speed back up. Yeah, so that's my first sign that we're approaching Newark. Well, that's a little bit further along yet. That's I suppose, get ready type film through there. And you get a little tiny tunnel here under the road. So this is probably this actually could just be a whole separate area. It's it's almost like some sort of industrial estate here. But it's just impressive how quick it is. I mean, it's been 20 minutes and we've done, 40 miles. It's quick. Not as quick as the Javelin on high speed 1, but it's still impressive, especially considering it's not actually a high speed line. Well, it's not a designated, high speed 1, 140 miles an hour, so sort of a classic line. Section coming up. That's that sort of blackboard with the white gap is the warning. Just saying, neutral section coming up. there a signal box coming up? I'm pretty certain there is a signal box. There's a neutral section. There you go, all the electrical bits and bobs there. So I'm pretty certain there is a signal. There's the signal box. So you've got that, and then we go sort of along for a bit further. Then it then goes on to sort of a really long straight, and on that straight, that's where Newark is. But you've still got time to slow down. Although we don't need to worry about slowing down, so we're going right the way through it. So I'll get a nice flyby shot through it as well. That'll be nice. Right, this I think is the straight. Yeah, this is the straight. So this, we'll start slowing down to 100. Hopefully that wasn't too early. There's the warning for the 100. Let's go ahead. I hope AWS doesn't go off. It just seems to be really quiet at the moment still. So we'll go ahead. Cat Ace is meow. Yeah, alright, Cat Ace. There's the flat crossing. There's AWS, actually heard it, which is good. There was a whistle board. No, what are you doing? Why has it done that? Oh. Well, there's the horn going off. Let's hope that's a double yellow. Okay, that's all right. Hope the train hasn't come to an emergency stop, as AWS has gone off and we didn't hear it. We don't seem to be going that quick. Oh, that's why the brakes are still dragging. We don't want that. Well, not so quick. Pass through Newark. I suppose it was a double yellow, so. Well, not as quick, I was probably about 60 miles an hour, but there was a double yellow, so. Not too bad. That was probably about 70, but it didn't feel like 70. So, yeah, it's still a bit slower, and it goes back up to 125, down to 115 at the tunnel just north of Grantham, and then it's Grantham. It's I would say, it's quite an easy route to do HUDless. There's 5 stations, so they're quite easy. I mean, Peterborough and Doncaster, that's, you know, as long as you know where those two are, well, they're quite simple, and then you've just got the 3 in the middle. As long as you remember Northgate in the middle, you're all good. The speed that doesn't change much. It's, yeah, if you haven't tried HUDless before, highly recommend giving it a go on this route. Why can I see through? Why are some of the trees invisible? What's going on? Like, how does that happen? It has. I think that's something that happens on Train Sim Classic. Now where else have I seen it? It probably could be Train Sim Classic actually. It didn't used to happen. Well, I don't think it used to happen. All of a sudden, there's just all, you know, invisible trees. Maybe it's a way to make the game run smoother if the trees are slowed in really late. I don't know, but it's not nice to see, really. It just sort of breaks that, you know, realism. I mean, the trees look pretty decent on this game, but when they're invisible, or the opacity is really low, it's just a bit weird. I'll get that back up. It's a double yellow again for one of the various level crossings. So we've got to slow down because the next one could be a single yellow. Even though it's probably not going to be a single yellow. We can't assume that though. So we'll start getting the brakes on. Signal sections are fairly long on here. And it's green. Keeps you on your toes though. How's it doing along here? Yeah, it's sort of about 55, comes down to 40 sometimes. I don't really get why it drops though. Maybe it's because the speed we're going, maybe it's, yeah, I saw 30 there for a second. But it's like, why? I mean, what's it loading in? Just a few trees and a couple of houses along the line. This is on PS5, this is, ooh, I don't want to put that on, go away. No HUD here. On most rooms. Yeah, this is the best way to play though. I mean, maybe you like having HUD on, as then you can see, you know, I suppose you get to chill out a bit more. Well, actually saying that, not really actually. I'd say having HUD off is more relaxing because you don't have to be looking at like the bar or, you know, where it says like you've got 2 miles to go. You don't need to sort of keep looking at it like sort of, yeah, oh, 1.5, 1. You just look ahead. You just actually look at the track. No distractions really. And once you've done the line 10 times or so, you'll know where all these things are. You know your markers, you know what you need to look out for coming up to stations and speed limits. I mean, the first time you do turn the HUD off on any route, it's like, oh god, ooh, a bit shaky. Can we do it? But then you do it, and it's like, oh, this is brilliant. So give it a go. Get the HUD off. See how you get on. Right, we should only be about 5 minutes out on Newark now. This one's come down from Retford. Let's try and. So that 115 limit won't be too far up. So when we go into the tunnel. So sides are starting to come up now. I don't think it'll be just yet. Could be. And Grantham's not that far after the tunnel. Where are you, tunnel? I don't know what time we were due into Grantham. Did anyone actually see what time? Probably 10:20 or something like that. I suppose this would then run non-stop, probably all the way to King's Cross. But yeah, so I think, do I need to stop at Stevenage? I think you might get the odd LNER jump stops at Stevenage. No, Lumo stop at Stevenage. And I think the odd LNER service does stop at Stevenage. But I'll have to check to see. Well, most likely, yeah, it will run non-stop to King's Cross. There's the 115, so it does actually start a little bit before the tunnel. Well, that's good to know. I was thinking it started basically where the northern portal is. But that must be coming up to the tunnel. There it is there. Then we're not too far to Grantham. Start braking a little bit. There you go. It's much sooner after this tunnel than to the one on the other side of Grantham. Into the dark tunnel, and it's dark as well. It's great. Ooh, there's a little bit of light, but there we go. There we are, dark, as the tunnel should be. Nice, and then we shall start slowing down fairly soon. There's still a little bit of a way, but not too much of a way. You'll start seeing all the houses first. Then we'll start appearing. There we go. So start putting those brakes on. Just till we come down to a more manageable speed. As yeah, as we come into our only station stop, Grantham. Oh, looks like they might even bring us down anyway with the yellows there. see the line off to... oh, where did the line go off to? The line goes off where EMT trains go. So you'll see that going off. Which I think is going off just there, actually. There it goes. Somewhere into the Midlands. Oh, looks like it is bringing us down for it, but that's nice of it. There's the 100. So, just round here will be the station. It's quite a tight corner around here, actually. Well, we are going to have a red light out towards the end of the platform, so we have got to come in a bit more cautiously. There's the red light just there. And I think TPWS does actually work on here as well. I think. I can't actually I can't see any grids for it, so maybe not. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? That was a good run as well. In the Avanti East Coast. There we go. Set the brakes to max. Neutral. Doors. There we go. Well, that is going to be it, everyone, for today's... Oh, that is a cool look, the reflection of the Azuma. Links can be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below of the Avanti West Coast. It looks really nice. Much better suited to one of these than the Pendos and the Voyagers. Apart from that, thanks for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.